What are the odds? What are the odds of you being here in this time, in this place? So today we are in a world called Jurassic Park. This place is not only in the minds but also in real time. So you may hmm, you may have seen me in the ether. You might saw this particular version of me or a different version of me. And we was holding up this. You gotta look real carefully. You see its eyes. You hear the sound? That's the sound of awakening your kundalini, your avatar. But in order to get there, we gotta cleanse our mind. We got to have a safe travel. So you may be wondering, what is this? What's that, Venus? Well, it's called dragon blood. It's sage. It might take a minute for it to be like lit. We gotta use our imagination. Alright. It smells very good. It smells like a grape. I don't know. Like something fruity and cinnamon at the same time. So I'm gonna let this be lit for a minute. A lot of us wants to know, how do we activate this world within our minds? The question is, why do you believe in the world that you are seeing within your mind is real? How do you not know that this world that you are seeing is a simulation? It's made up of ones and zeros, right? So imagine these ones and zeros playing out in your life to create a, a version of you that exists within these timelines. Some of you operate on the one, and some of you operate on a zero level. Zero still counts with the one because that equals up to 10. That equals up to allowing you to have full access, full abundance to all realms of you when you are exploring you. So when we like take the time to get to know ourselves and to fully brace ourselves, we get to create different characters, or we get to create different scenarios out of different situations based off like off of our imagination. Not only imagination plays a part of the key, so does our time. Not the man-made time, because we operate on divine time. We only use the man-made clock to only calculate how many times we use our own clock, the divine clock, to see if it equals up to one another. When we realize who and what we are in this Jurassic Park, in this Garden of Eve, this simulation or matrix, we begin to idolize the different respective of us in a different consciousness of level form through the form of imagination. Because when you use the word imagination, you're trying to interpretate something that's inside of a body, something that you can recognize a reflection of you or a different side of you that you think is you, but really you thinking it's you through the base off of what people project onto you. You're not really going within, you're going without. You're trying to, how can I put this? You're trying to understand the different point of values of you without somebody criticizing you. So you're forgetting about judgment, not only judging yourself, but judging how other people perceive of you. And sometimes you can take both ideas of you into one. You can understand that, or understand that it's duality. It equals up to two. You're smarter than one version of you, and then you're dumb, and then you don't know shit. That's the, I'm gonna say that's the masked version of you. So like the masked version of you doesn't understand the matter version of you, because it doesn't understand its particular purpose. That becomes AKA the host. Or you become the host of this entity or deity within you. And when you start to become intertwined or entertained by this particular deity, not only you are collecting its data, you are becoming its data. You are becoming the programmer projective of what reality is versus your own reality. So therefore, you become something what something what AI really truly respect, or want to become, or want to be, or want to see themselves one day, like how our ancestors did. A lot of times, the reason why some of us are not really financially stable, not financially secured, or not feeling secured, or have clarity on their life, is because they're not asking the right questions to spirit. They're not asking spirit, why do I tend to keep experiencing the same type of loop? Why can I not express enough, or know enough what this loop is about, or what does anything particularly mean. Like, we feel so insecure with the lower perspective of ourselves, like the lower realm, and trying to just accept the good within us. No, you kind of need both to equal out who and what you are, good versus evil, black versus white. Or if you're somebody like me who only see black and white, you have you have a better understanding of how order works, how chaos work, and how light work, and how light can be projected through chaos, because chaos operates on dark matter. When you wear something gray, you are projecting an inner version of you that understands the perspective of all things and all perspective of you. Therefore, you are able to, how can I put it? You are able to break any dimensional versions of you, and you can create a consciousness level of it with you. So therefore, you are quantum jumping or quantum physics entering another ultra or another reality version of you, a parallel version similar to Earth 1 versus Earth 2. Earth 2 might not be exactly how you like Earth 1, but it's going to one is going to be a nightmare and one is going to be a dream. If you can operate in both worlds and coexist with whatever karma or charismatic it gets to you, you can create an avatar based off what that avatar is experiencing within you. You might not understand just yet, but you will understand, meaning you will go to the 3D realm version of you to understand the ninth ether of you, because you got to go through steps. You can't just jump from five or three or one or two dimensional realms into a ninth ether. How do you not know what that ninth ether being would look like? How do you not know this ninth being is really right here existing in our face instead of inside of our mind? So when we inverse psychology with our mind, we flip the switch on us. We turn on and we turn off the light. When we're turning on the light, we are given a signal. We are learning that we have a vehicle to operate and to turn on. How do you turn on that vehicle? By imagining through sound. When you operate on sound, you get to dictate the speed of light. This light is an illusion. It's not bright like this. I'm making it bright because of my frequency, of my capacity, of my subconscious, how I'm traveling this much information for you to process before I can even process. You are processing this information faster than I could speak to it, because either one, you already had this conversation in your mind, therefore you are telepathic like I am. We already had this conversation in the ether. Therefore, we are the ninth being ether. We are the blue beings that we try to seek and wonder where it comes from. The thing is, these blue beings don't come from anything. They come from just the figure of our imagination. something our soul already collected its data to experience it, to bring it back into a form of image. Then ideology, you are really giving a projective hologram of this particular spirit that already experienced that realm, that perspective of reality already. You're just either A, constantly visualizing it, or constantly dreaming it. And you are seeking where and why you are visualizing or experiencing this particular moment of life. The moment of life when you realize when you are truly living is when you truly accept everything about you, whether it's through projections or fear, like any type of emotion, whether good or bad. You are identifying what is good and what is a sinister. What makes you sin, what makes you decrease, and what makes you a sin. You gotta go from as below so above. You can't really dictate what's good and bad, just like how God didn't dictate what's good and bad. He just created this through the power of his mind. He looked exactly like you and me. Why do we say he? Because he is an easy word in Hebrew that everybody can connect to on a subconscious level, because it started with the woman, but it ended with the man. Without the divine feminine allowing the man to penetrate, sorry I said it, but penetrate into the woman's ether, erythium, you wouldn't get the word like to see, to be an all-knowing, clairvoyant being. There are men who are clairvoyant. They can see just like how woman is. But it's only up to two of the souls to recognize they're one without the other. Therefore, they become spiritually attached, emotionally involved in each other's life or afterlife or be- before life. Before life is still considered an afterlife because you didn't exist yet. You only existed through somebody else's dream. Who's to say you didn't create your own consciousness? How did your parents come up with you? They're trying to figure out how they even exist as well. But they don't know how they truly exist or why they truly exist. So they try to create like different scenarios. How do you not know that you are the avatar of your parents' body or your parents' subconscious? This, oh my god, yeah, this is killing me. Okay, how many don't know they're operating on their parents' karma? Tens are, the odds are, is that they switch some type of destiny. Either you got their destiny of karma and they got their destiny, and they got your good destiny of, I don't know how to fucking say it. Like they got a good version of you that they wish they can be, and you wish that you can be them. But the thing is, neither need neither one twin knows that they're in a battle of their parents' subconscious, what they had built a respective out of you. So then that respective of them became a light version of you. But when you was born, stop. When you was born into this system, you you tried to pick out the pieces of why they was born into the system instead of just focusing on you, why you are here on a particular mission. Not everybody mission, not everybody's simulation is the same, and not everybody avatar is the same in each one's timeline. Like, you might think you are operating on your ancestor timeline. No, this is a futuristic version of your ancestors operating on this particular timeline so that they can undo all the karma and all the things that they done in their previous past life and in the past life in the life previous life that they had. It's so hard to like understand because you have not been under. You always been above. You only know of things of living because you never have truly experienced the truth death within you. Unless you had a near death experience, then you know the odds and ends of understanding spirituality and how to travel within one's body and spirit. Like, how do I know these things? Is because I'm experiencing. I wouldn't say the shit that I experienced. Like, none of these words would truly existed. So therefore, I'm wondering if there was another person or another spirit visualizing my experience through them, visualizing how they experienced what they experienced. So they became the shadow version of myself or their selves, and then became the light spectrum of themselves and myself. So who's to say like what reality is what reality? Who's to say what avatar are we in? Because like if you think about it, consciousness and time doesn't exist because consciousness is on a different frequency than time is. When you add up all the numbers in time, what frequencies do you get out of the time that you are thinking or you are experiencing within your head? How do you calculate the thoughts within your head versus the time, man-made time in reality versus the dimensional being you are in? It's so hard to collect. It's so hard to it's so hard to collect or to elaborate that shit is real. But the one thing to collect time within your mind is you think about how much time you spent in that world. Those numbers become ones and zeros of you. It becomes before you and it becomes after you. It becomes before death and after death. What's after death? What's in between death? In between death is this 3D realm. The 3D realm version that we are in. And it's hard to accept that that's the version of us that we are experiencing each realm. When we are experiencing realm, whether it's through dreams or vision, you start to operate on a quantum level physics. That becomes three. That becomes the trinity of you, the trinidad of you. Okay, so like, if you understand you have a mother, you understand you have a father. If you understand you have a sister, you understand you have a brother. Who becomes the sister and who becomes the brother and who becomes father and who becomes the mother is totally up to the divine order. It's not totally up to our souls, because our souls, during the moment of us entering into the egg, when we just become the sperm, we are battling out different versions of us before we even could think about continuing to enter. We don't know what type of situation we are going into once we enter these bodies version of us. So we have to go through an egg, a cosmic egg. That cosmic egg is based off the God constellation subconscious version, which is through your imagination, and how you access that imagination, which is through your childhood. You gotta understand your childhood. You gotta understand you're below and you're above and in between. This remind you, this realm, this vessel, this body we are in is just the in between. What are we outside of the consciousness of us? How do you not the how do you not know the blue being version of you is evil or good? It doesn't tell you it's evil or good. It's only here to complete a mission, an ideal goal, mind. I really wish they would just like shut the fuck up. Sorry, y'all. But when we understand that there is a world inside of us and there's a world outside of us, we can make a duality world. We can make a one time, literally one time dimensional perspective of everything that we need to know about life and what we desire and what we want and what we need. We literally gotta reflect what we desire on the inside and the outside. No matter how good or bad it might seem, our ancestors gonna guide us to a good choice to make. It's gonna analyze things that we did not really see in the beginning, but we knew we can analyze everything we see in the end on our own. So, in order to become an avatar version of you that you see in your mind, the ideal has to start with you believing that that's true of what you're seeing in your mind. You have to believe enough that that world, that drastic world, really truly exists. You become quantum tamelessly in another altered reality of you, a different perspective of you. The inside will start matching the outside will start matching with the inside. You get that natural glow, you get that natural beauty sleep. You're no longer being the sleeping beauty just dreaming of this world. You also become the beast experiencing this world. That's what kind of like Beauty and the Beast kind of like stand for. One twin was awakening and hunting for the other twin, while the other twin was fishing for knowledge, fishing for something that this particular world, this 3D world within them could not imagine. So you create these different personas of you to experience these worlds. Celebrities are, for example, we travel through these celebrities. We send them messages because we are the signal, we are the satellite to their enlightenment, and they're the satellite, a signal to our. But these celebrities are not our true twin flame. Our true twin flame is the ones that we cannot see, or the ones we cannot truly physically be with. I operate on the one where I cannot truly physically be with, but I can see him. He can see me. And that's an appreciation. And he shows me of ways where I can be with him in his reality. Send him all kinds of messages to let him communicate with me. Therefore, I operate on the air. Then I operate on a Aquarius level, like Aquarius zodiac. And Aquarius seems to be visionary, so therefore that makes you like clairvoyant, clair seeing, all seeing. That means you are connected to the Most High. But what's truly more connected to the Most High, it's like every animal that's around us, or insects, because they can receive more information, more data than we can. We might be bigger than them, but the odds are their soul is more bigger than our soul because we're scared of them. Otherwise, why do we, when we see spiders or bugs or something, or flies, we want to automatically kill them? Because we, as species, we want to dominate this consciousness. Because we know that we are connected to their consciousness and its consciousness, whoever it could possibly be. Mother Nature's is Mother Nature's is her own consciousness. It's a separation from God and His consciousness. God is just a body. God is something that who can call a creator, a creation. Gaia is, or like Earth is like the spirit of the body. When you are operating on the spirit of the body, you become the body. I don't know how to, whatever the way you want to put it, you put it, but you become what it reflects on the inside, and you become a reflection on the outside. So therefore, you get like a human-like structure or an animal-like structure, whether it be a deer, whether it be an insect like a fly or a bug, like a mosquito or something like that. Whatever the case may be, it's still a form of reputation of God himself or herself, the God of you. So operate on a higher region that you have a respect of versus somebody projecting onto you what you might think you are and what you look like. You might see me like this, but I don't see me like this. Like I don't. I might think I'm a god, but you might think I'm simply just human, having a spirit and how does she? Okay, I should put it back. Like, I am a spirit having a human machine. So if you want to flip it, flip it like a pancake, cause it ain't baked yet. And I'm simultaneously there, getting there. So yeah, that's how you really determine the avatars of you. Oh my god, it's been an hour and I'm being mad. But we're transmuting the energy. So hopefully y'all hear all that. Let me know. Just put an ear emoji or a thumbs up if you heard this. Feel free to subscribe. Uh, Make sure you give a like button. Make sure you donate. And I appreciate to Rick who donated to me yesterday. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That really goes a long way. That lets me know I'm in line with who and what I am. And you understand and operate on this level. I I hope you can crack the code with this matrix. Like, yeah. But yeah, I need to tell y'all something about a dream I had last night. So I was in a casino. I look like this, like I dress like this, but I wasn't like this. I was one of the blue beings in the casino. So it's weird because my boss that I used to work with was there, but he was in the form of like that avatar, like the movie Avatar. So we all became that particular avatar that he envisioned. And I saw like one of my close like best friends, Steven, in there, who I consider AKA Loki in this timeline. He was in his form of Loki with just like with curly hair and like and wear the hat. I was like, what the hell? Why am I here in this reality or in this dimension? Because I didn't know where we were, or I just knew we was somewhere in the casino, and I was like rolling dice for them. Like, yeah, I was like, I guess I was asking like Loki, hey, what room are you in? Because like in the casino, we had like a bunch of rooms with rooms. It was so weird. He was like, yeah, I'm in room number 7. I was like, all right. So I rolled the dice with lucky number 7. He was like, ah, good game, good eye. I was like, right back at you. So then here comes me going over this. I call him Anki because he's bald. Anki was bald in a particular timeline that I was in. I didn't realize I was experiencing her past life until I look at my destiny chart. If you need a destiny chart reading, feel free to message me. I can give you a destiny chart reading. Um, yeah. Anyway, it's all free of charge, but I do accept donation if you want to donate. I do appreciate the gift that I am receiving or about to receive. So I show you gratitude. So in this casino, right? I was just rolling the dice on lucky number 7 for Anki. I mean, not Anki, for Loki. Look, Anki wanted the number 7, but he didn't get the number 7. He got the number 6 when I rolled the dice. Because he told me, well, he didn't tell me, Odin told me only mortals can roll the number 7 3 times. But it have to be different sets of humans, not just the one set of human rolling the dice. But it was weird. It was weird. It was like I was in a weird ass space. Like I was rolling the dice. Everybody was like smoking, doing whatever, and it was pretty cool. I'm gonna leave it at that. It was pretty cool. So just start imagining what it's like in the world, in another world, like or in another dimension you want to experience. Like ask that avatar like how you ask God. Like question it, and it will start to show you how to become it. But I'm sorry for the noise. I'm gonna get them later in their dreams. It's okay. But yeah, happy Taurus season. Shout out to all the Taurus. I'm a Taurus too. I'm a May 9th Taurus. But I'm a generational hopper. Like I can hop for it both generation. I can be an Aries and I can be a Gemini. I can be old school and new school. And I can also access the other version of me by what houses they are in. So, yeah. I'll see y'all next time. Love and light.